Even when money was enough, many of us grew up feeling poor. Takeaways were rare treats. Steak was a restaurant luxury. Asking for our needs often carried shame, guilt, or the heavy sigh of a parent weighed down by stress. Hi, beloved one. This is Victoria Rebecca, and welcome to this Voice of the Soul Coffee Time transmission. This teaching is especially for those of us born in the late 70s and early 80s. We were raised by parents and grandparents who lived in the shadows of war, rationing, and working class survival. This is our scarcity inheritance, and together we're going to unravel it today, to see where it came from, how it lives in our bodies today, and how we can finally break free into abundance and conscious creation. So settle in, love, light a candle, slip into something comfy, and let's begin. First of all, if this resonates, take a breath with me and inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Again, my love, taking a deep breath in through your nose, and this time when you exhale, sigh it out. I invite the energy of this transmission to flow with ease, to bring safety, clarity, and compassion. May what lands be what your soul is ready for, and may the rest drift like clouds. Money, it's such a peculiar thing, isn't it? Numbers on a screen, pieces of paper, and yet it can feel like the heaviest weight or the sweetest freedom. For some, money flows like a river, and for others, it slips through their fingers. Why is this? The truth is, money is not simply material. It is energetic. It mirrors back our deepest patterns: safety, worth, trust, and creativity. When we attract from fear, money never feels like enough. When we create from essence, money flows as a natural extension of who we are. Money is not here to define us. It is here to mirror us. Poverty mindset is not only about how much we have, it is a lens, a way of seeing life through survival. I come from southeast London, a lineage of working class Londoners. My nan was 5 when she stood on the rubble of her neighbour's house after a bomb fell in the Blitz. From then on, she hoarded food, cupboards full of tins, outdated foods, because her body remembered hunger. My darling granddad was evacuated to the countryside with a tag tied round his little neck. Children carried fear as silently as their suitcases. And my dad, he grew up in a crowded London house, top and tailing in bed with his brother. There was love, but also constant lack. These weren't just stories. They became nervous system codes. Messages of survival passed down the generations, whispering, don't waste, don't ask for too much, and be grateful for little. The Great Depression shattered trust in money. Families lost homes, jobs, security overnight. The message was etched into the collective. Stability cannot be trusted. The world wars shattered trust in life itself. Bombs, rationing, separations, scarcity became morality. Don't waste a crumb. Eat what you're given. Don't expect more. Even after peace returned, scarcity thinking remained. Millions carried it forward, embedding it into their parenting, culture and society. And we still carry those echoes. Class was not natural, it was constructed. The upper class owned land and privilege. The working class laboured in factories. Their worth measured by productivity and not creativity. The working class mindset was then born. Work hard but don't expect too much. Dreams are for the wealthy. Stay humble and stay small. And perhaps the deepest wound was shame. Poverty wasn't just circumstance, it became identity. And though decades have passed, many of us still live by these invisible rules. This programming, it didn't vanish, did it? It swept into families' homes, shaping the way we felt about money as children. My dad, for example, earned a respectable wage, but money always felt scarce. Takeaways were special. Steak was a rich person's meal. Asking for my needs often brought guilt, as though I was adding stress to his load. There was no joy around money, no joy around working, and certainly no creativity. And this is how many of us entered adulthood. Nervous systems braced, dreams silenced, always feeling on edge with money. One of the greatest losses in this inheritance is passion. We were told, get a proper job. Dreams don't pay bills. Music and art are indulgent. In truth, passion is not a privilege. It is a birthright. Creativity is the soul's language. But poverty and class completely silenced it, making it something for other people. This is why so many of us ache in 2025. We long for something more, but fear it isn't safe. The blueprint we inherited was survival, not joy. I believe the shift begins with awareness. Each time you hear that old voice, don't ask, don't dream, stay small, ask, is this mine? Or is it my inheritance? Awareness breaks the cycle. Then comes permission. Permission to desire. Permission to dream, and permission to create. Work does not have to mean grind. Money does not have to mean stress. Conscious creation is choosing to live by your essence, your truest self, not your programming. Scarcity lives in the body. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. These are survival states. They are not flaws, they are protection. To shift into abundance, the body must feel safe. try these. Orientating to the present. Naming sights, sounds and sensations. Shaking the whole body to release stored tension. Breathing with the mantra, "It is safe to receive." Spending with gratitude. As I give, I receive. Each practice unwinds ancestral fear and replaces it with safety. Money is not enemy or saviour. It is energy and it flows like water. When we hoard from fear, it clogs. When we spend from fear, it leaks. When we trust, it circulates. Money mirrors our relationship to safety, to worth, to trust, and to values. Each transaction is a lesson. Can we receive? Can we hold? Can we release and circulate with grace? When we bless money as it comes and it goes, even ordinary bills become sacred exchange. Our ancestors survived for us. They rationed, they endured, and laboured so we might be here. To honour them is not to repeat scarcity. It's to live beyond it. The soul of abundance is not measured by how much you hold, but by how freely you live. The old story said, work is duty, money is stress, passion is indulgent. The new story says, work is expression, money is energy, and passion is sacred. Let's take a breath for a moment, shall we? Let's feel our lineage together, right behind us. Not as a burden, but as wind beneath our wings. They survived so we could soar. My friend, you are not your nan's ration book. You are not your father's stress. And you are not the shame of asking. You are creation itself. You are joy made flesh. And you are the abundance your ancestors dreamed of. Awareness is powerful. Compassion is healing. But the final step in breaking the scarcity inheritance is learning to receive. For many of us, receiving feels harder than actually giving. Giving can feel safe. It keeps us in control. It makes us useful. It earns love. But receiving, now that can bring up guilt, shame, and even fear. We ask ourselves silently, do I deserve this? Am I allowed? Will it be taken away if I relax? These are all unconscious thoughts that we have, and these are thoughts that were programmed in us in childhood. If you just sit for a moment and pause, This conversation might start stirring up the emotions you felt as a child. I know it is doing that for me, as I recalled for you. For me, one of the biggest feelings I felt as a child was an overwhelming feeling of guilt when I received. And I do remember it got to a point, almost a crescendo in my childhood, where I didn't want to receive anymore because it felt so heavy. And it just felt so bad for me. I couldn't necessarily pinpoint why, because I was too young. All I knew is that when I received, I didn't feel good. So you can imagine then the feelings that I took into my adulthood around receiving. Receiving doesn't feel good. It makes me feel bad. It makes me have this feeling of guilt. Receiving is where the lineage truly shifts. When we can open our hearts and our hands and our bodies to receive joy, money, rest, love, and opportunity without apology, we rewrite not just our own story, but our ancestral line. So let's just take another moment and let's place our hands on our heart. Close your eyes, dear friend, and whisper softly, I allow myself to receive. I allow myself to receive. I allow joy to enter my life. I allow joy to enter my life. It is safe to hold more. It is safe to hold more. I receive with love and I circulate with trust. I receive with love and I circulate with trust. And just notice what arises after you did that. Is there any resistance? Are there any tears? Anger, warmth, discomfort, all of it is welcome. This is your nervous system learning a new story. Our bodies are wired for survival. If receiving once felt dangerous in your lineage, my friend, your nervous system will treat abundance like a threat. This is why mindset alone, it's not enough. You must feel safe to hold abundance. And this, my friend, is the magic key. Safety is the container. And without it, wealth leaks away. Therapies that I have found that can help are somatic experiencing, and this is to help release stored survival energy. Polyvagal informed breathwork, this helps to shift into rest and receive. EF tapping to calm fear and rewire those beliefs. TRE, this is tension release exercises to discharge that old trauma. Gentle yoga, movement or voice work to retrain the body for expansion. Even simple grounding, bare feet on the earth, a warm bath, or humming to soothe the vagus nerve. This all builds safety. Safety, my friend, it's not a luxury. It is the foundation for receiving. Now let's bring this into some kind of practice, shall we? Journaling, free writing or automatic writing, opens the subconscious and allows hidden stories to surface. I've got a few prompts here for you to explore. Number 1, the scarcity story. What money stories did I inherit? And whose voices do I still hear? Number 2, the joy blueprint. What would life look like if money carried joy, not shame? Number 3, receiving letter. Write, "Dear life, I am ready to receive," and let your pen move without editing. Number 4, dialoguing with money. Ask, "Money, what do you want to teach me?" Then let money answer you. Love, the scarcity inheritance is real, but it's not unbreakable. You honour your ancestors not by repeating their fears, but by transforming them into freedom. Your willingness to receive is sacred. It nourishes you, and through you, it nourishes the world. You are the ripple effect, remember? So may you leave this transmission with a softened heart, an open hand, and a new story. A story where money is energy. A story where passion is sacred. A story where joy is safe. And a story where you are free to receive. Thanks, darling, for letting me sit with you today. Remember, these are my lived reflections and invitations. They are not the truth. Take what resonates and release what doesn't. May you feel safe to receive. May you feel free to create. May you live beyond lack into the soul of abundance. With love from my heart to yours. And so it is.